Today was the hardest Bears camp practice in years. Multiple players complimented the pace and intensity of today's practice. The players routinely seem worn out after these practices. What's up, guys? Swifty back with another training camp breakdown video. The Bears wrapped up yet another padded practice today. Let's get right into it. Cole Kmet called today's practice the hardest he has ever been a part of, showing that the coaches continue to ramp it up and get more physical. Also, considering this was our third padded practice, it was more physical than any practice Cole took part of in his first 2 seasons with Matt Nagy. Eddie Jackson and Darnell Mooney both also seemed wore out and commented about how tough and great of a practice it was today. This practice was more physical than what most of our practices have been throughout the entire Nagy era. Also noted was that the team was practicing against a 3-4 front from the scout team today, and Getsy noted it was because the two teams in the NFC North play the 3-4 defense, and there are other teams in the NFL that run it too. It's a good idea to get comfortable versus both kinds of fronts, and since our defense is now a 4-3, it's important to mix in looks versus the 30 fronts as well, because we will face both throughout the season. Just another example of how our coaching staff seems to just get it. It sounds simple, but I haven't seen much of it in the last 10 plus years in Chicago. The coaches have been seen teaching quite a few things that haven't been common in practice in recent years. Darnell Mooney talked about the amount of time they have spent practicing scramble drills. The wide receivers are being coached to come back to the quarterback or to get open when a play breaks down. Mooney said himself, "We didn't really do that the last couple of years." It's kind of crazy, but just another detail that Nagy's staff overlooked. All signs continue pointing towards this coaching staff being competent and actually knowing what they are doing. Watching all 22 of the Bears wide receivers last year was very hard. Other than Darnell Mooney, our receivers from 2021 consistently looked lost on tape. We got a Tevin Jenkins update from Luke Getsy. Getsy made it clear that Jenkins has bought in completely and he has been in all the meeting rooms giving his all. He also stated that once Jenkins gets back from this injury, which he hinted should be soon, that Tev will be right back into the mix. Also, that as long as he gets back soon, he should be competing for a starting job, whether it's at left tackle or right tackle. Getsy seemed much more positive about Tev than Coach Flus was. I think part of it is Flus doesn't really like answering injury-related questions before he's required to. You almost have to consider this another positive update, but Tev once again missed another practice. He needs to get back on the field as soon as possible. I think we all want to see Tev practice in pads. A couple other guys who were on the side riding exercise bikes instead of practicing today were cornerbacks Tyler Gordon and Duke Shelley, linebacker CJ Avery, who has made some plays, tight end James O'Shaughnessy, and wide receiver Dante Pettis. I hope these guys can get back on the field soon. This is the second time of camp that Gordon has missed practice and been on a stationary bike. I hope he can get healthy and stay on the field all season long. Coaches are clearly still just trying to find the best 5 on the offensive line. Nobody has anything locked down completely, in my opinion, and the coaches want these guys to compete. Braxton Jones has impressed throughout camp, but he does not have that left tackle job locked down just yet. That is just false. We haven't even got to see the rookies in live action yet. That happens next week, and I will be studying the entire offensive line and all of the rookies during that preseason action. That being said, Braxton Jones has handled most of, if not all of the first team reps since pads came on. Me, it's a great sign, but it's also kind of normal as he is a rookie and the coaches want to see what he can do in pads. They also noted how impressive he has been going against Robert Quinn and Alquadine Muhammad. Before pads came on, it was Riley Reef rotating with Jones at left tackle. Left guard has been manned by Cody Whitehair pretty consistently. If anyone seems to have a job locked up so far, it's probably Cody at left guard. The center spot was also locked down by Lucas Patrick before he broke his thumb. Since then, it's a constant rotation between Sam Mustipher and Doug Kramer. Musty started the day off with the first team today. Right guard has been a rotation between Jatari Carter and Michael Schofield. Schofield started the day with the ones today, but Carter did get some time in. Right tackle was mostly Riley Reef today, but Larry Borum was manning the job consistently throughout most of camp. He spent most of his time at right tackle rotating between the ones and the twos. Coach Getsy mentioned one of the reasons that Reef has been on the right side is because Tev has been injured. So just a chance to get Reef some reps on both sides. They are still searching for the best five on the O-line. Overall, the line is still a work in progress, but in my opinion, we have more talent and depth than we did last year. I am patiently optimistic about this offensive line. Justin Fields hit a number of deep passes today. He connected deep with ESB, Bayless Jones, Cole Kmet, Byron Pringle, and Darnell Mooney today. The offense had a better day overall today. The standout wide receiver award once again has to go to Equanimous St. Brown, who just continues making big plays. His experience in this scheme is showing, and I realize that ESB might be the only player we signed this offseason that I never did an all-22 breakdown on. I might have to get one of those out very soon. Also, Braxton Jones had an impressive day today, but let's not overreact yet. Yes, I think he has the potential to be our starting left tackle of the future, but let's see how he plays in a preseason game before we hand him the starting job. We have practices Saturday and Sunday. One will be padded and one won't. You know I'll be here breaking down both. I am going back to work on my Justin Fields video now. I am hoping I can finish it up by Sunday. Wish me luck and make sure to tune in. It will be my biggest video ever. I appreciate everyone who watches. Stay tuned, and until next time, bear down.